What if I told you that the secret to feeling like a man again, strong, energetic, and full of drive, could be found in something as ordinary as a spoonful of olive oil? No pills, no testosterone injections, music, just olive oil mixed with one simple ingredient before bed. I know that sounds impossible, maybe even ridiculous, but by tomorrow morning, your body could begin producing testosterone like it hasn't in decades. I'm Dr. Mika Hayashi, a urologist and men's health specialist with over 30 years of experience helping men over 60 reclaim their strength and confidence naturally. I've spent my career studying what really causes testosterone to fall, and I've seen firsthand that age alone isn't the enemy. It's inflammation, poor music sleep, and the wrong foods that quietly shut down your body's hormone engine. Here's the paradox most men never hear. Testosterone isn't lost because of time, it's lost because of chemistry. And chemistry can be changed. In fact, there are men in their 60s who have the hormone levels of men in their 40s simply because they added one small ritual to their evenings. Tonight, I'll why testosterone really declines, show you how to mix extra virgin olive oil with a simple ingredient from your kitchen to naturally trigger your body's testosterone factory music while you sleep. So stay with me until the end of this video, because I'm going to reveal not just that one secret ingredient, but 7 powerful nighttime combinations that can help skyrocket your testosterone after 60, and one common mistake that might be keeping yours dangerously low. Right now, before we dive in, take a second to subscribe and tap the notification bell. That way, you won't miss any of my future men's health tips designed especially for men over 60. And I'd love to hear from you. If this topic speaks to you, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 and tell me what kind of health topics you'd like me to cover next. Now let's begin with the first and most important step, understanding what really happens to your body after 60. Before we can rebuild testosterone, we need to uncover why it falls so sharply. Music in the first place, and how a few hidden factors quietly shut down your body's natural hormone production. Music. 1. The hidden decline. When I sit across from a man in his 60s, I often see the same quiet frustration in his eyes. He tells me he's sleeping fine, but still wakes up tired. He's eating the same foods he always has, but his belly keeps growing. His energy fades by mid-afternoon, and his confidence, olive oil and hormone foundations, the quiet kind that used to come naturally, just isn't there anymore. And almost every time he looks down, sighs, and says, "Doc, I guess this is just what getting old feels like." But I always tell him, no, it doesn't have to be. What you're feeling isn't simply age. Catching up. It's your body's chemistry changing. After 60, testosterone, the hormone that fuels your strength, energy, mood, and passion, starts to fall faster than most men realize. Not because your body has given up, but because your modern lifestyle has quietly turned off your hormone engine. You see, testosterone isn't lost overnight. It slips away piece by piece. It starts with poor sleep. A few nights of restless tossing leads to higher cortisol levels, which suppress testosterone. Add in chronic stress, years of processed foods, a little extra belly fat, and suddenly your body's natural balance is gone. The fire that once made you feel alive, driven, masculine, powerful dims slowly until it feels like it's been extinguished. I've seen men who could still build muscle and perform like they were 40, even at music 70. And I've seen men in their 50s who feel twice their age. The olive oil plus raw honey difference isn't luck or genetics, it's biology. It's understanding how your body works and learning how to fuel it again. Because here's the truth, your body never stops wanting to make testosterone. It just needs the right signals, the right nutrients, and the right environment to do its job. And that's where things get exciting. Nature has already given us everything we need to turn that system back on. No synthetic hormones, no risky pills, just simple, powerful foods that communicate directly with your body's hormone-producing centers. It's music, not about forcing your body. It's about reminding it how to function like it used to. Tonight, I'm going to show you how one of those natural tools, something you already have in your kitchen, can help reawaken your testosterone production. It's smooth, golden music and rich in life-giving compounds that your body once relied on every single day. You pour it on salads, cook with it, maybe even dip your bread in it, but you've never used it like this before. Because when you combine this one ingredient with olive oil in a very specific way before bed, you can help your body rebuild its hormone rhythm while you sleep. And once you understand why this works, you'll never look at that bottle of olive oil on your counter the same way again. 2. The role of olive oil, the natural testosterone foundation. There's a reason Mediterranean men, even in their 70s, often look and move with a kind of cinnamon and insulin control, quiet strength. Their energy feels effortless. Their skin glows, and they seem alive in a way that most men in the Western world have forgotten. It's not magic. It's not genes. It's something far more ordinary and yet far more powerful than most of us realize. It's music olive oil. Now, I know what you're thinking. Olive oil? Really, doctor? How can something so simple make a difference? I used to ask myself that same question years ago when I first started studying the hormonal effects of diet. But the science doesn't lie. Olive oil isn't just a cooking ingredient. It's one of the purest sources of the building blocks your body needs to make testosterone. Testosterone is a steroid hormone, which means it's literally made from fat, specifically from cholesterol. But not all fats are equal. The fats in olive oil are special. They're called monounsaturated fats, and they act as the raw material your body uses to craft hormones. When a man's diet is too low in these healthy fats, his body simply can't manufacture testosterone efficiently. It's like trying to build a house without bricks. But olive oil's power doesn't stop there. It's loaded ginger and testicular support with compounds called polyphenols, natural antioxidants that fight inflammation and oxidative stress, the two biggest enemies of hormone health. When your body is inflamed, your hormone system shifts into survival mode. It stops producing testosterone and instead focuses on fighting damage. The polyphenols in olive oil, particularly one called oleuropein, calm that internal fire. They tell your body, you're safe now, you can build again. And when that message is received, testosterone begins to rise. I remember one patient, a man named Robert, who was 72. His energy was gone, his mood was flat, and his lab results showed low testosterone. Instead of giving him medication, I told him to change his fat sources, replace butter, vegetable oils, and margarine with extra virgin olive oil. Within a month, his numbers had climbed by nearly 20%. But more importantly, music. He told me something I'll never forget. Doc, I don't just feel better, I feel alive again. That's what olive oil does. It's not a stimulant or a trick. It's nourishment for your hormonal system. It rebuilds what time, stress, and poor habits have pumpkin seeds and zinc power slowly taken away. And the real magic happens when you pair olive oil with other natural ingredients that unlock its full potential, especially before bed when your body's hormone production goes into overdrive. Because when you mix olive oil with the right companion, something incredible happens inside your body while you sleep. Let's start with the simplest and sweetest of them all. The combination that's been quietly boosting testosterone music for centuries, olive oil and raw honey. 3. Olive oil plus raw honey, the nighttime hormone fuel. When I first discovered this combination, I didn't believe it could be so simple. Olive oil and honey. It sounded too ordinary to make any real difference. But when I started recommending it to my older patients, men who had nearly given up hope of ever feeling vibrant again, the results caught even me by surprise. Within weeks, music. They weren't just reporting more energy. They were waking up with something they hadn't felt in years. Strength, vitality, and desire. You see, raw honey, real honey, not the filtered syrup in the grocery aisle, is packed with boron, a trace mineral that turmeric and inflammation shield plays a powerful role in testosterone production. Boron works quietly, but its effects are profound. It helps freebound testosterone, the kind trapped by proteins in your blood, and makes it available for your body to actually use. Studies have shown that boron can increase free testosterone levels by nearly 30% in just 1 week. For a man over 60, that shift can feel like turning back time. Now pair that with extra virgin olive oil, the fuel that keeps your hormone factory running, and something extraordinary happens. The healthy fats in olive oil slow the absorption of honey's natural sugars, keeping your insulin steady through the night. Why does that matter? Because when insulin spikes, testosterone crashes. But when your blood sugar stays balanced, your body stays in a state of hormonal harmony. And while you sleep, those slow-burning fats and minerals feed your endocrine system, allowing testosterone to be made at its natural peak during the deep stages of rest. I remember one patient, James, who came to me feeling exhausted and discouraged. He tried supplements, exercise, music, even garlic and circulation boost prescription boosters, but nothing worked. I told him to try something ridiculously simple. 1 teaspoon of raw honey mixed with 1 teaspoon of olive oil taken 30 minutes before bed. He laughed but promised to try. 3 weeks later, he walked into my office with a grin I hadn't seen before. "Doc," he said, I'm sleeping deeper. I wake up rested and my wife music keeps asking what I'm doing differently. That's the power of natural synergy. The way two ordinary ingredients can unlock extraordinary change when your body is ready to heal. And the best part, this is only the beginning. Because while honey fuels your hormone engine, there's another spice that protects it from one of testosterone's greatest enemies. It's sweet, aromatic, and sitting in almost every kitchen cabinet in America. And when you mix it with olive oil before bed, it doesn't just protect your testosterone, it helps it thrive. 4. Olive oil plus cinnamon, the insulin guardian. There's a quiet killer of testosterone that most men never think about. It isn't stress or even lack of fenugreek and hormone activation sleep. It's insulin. Every time your blood sugar spikes, your body releases insulin to bring it down. And each time that happens, testosterone production is pushed aside. Over time, this cycle silently suffocates your hormones. That's why so many men over 60 feel drained, sluggish, and unmotivated even when they think they're eating healthy. I still remember one of my longtime patients, David, a retired engineer. He was meticulous about everything: his meals, his exercise, his supplements, but nothing worked. His lab results showed good cholesterol, normal blood pressure, yet his testosterone was falling fast. When I asked about his diet, he admitted that he loved his evening dessert. Just a little something sweet after dinner, he said with a smile. That little something was sending his insulin on a nightly roller coaster, and it was destroying his testosterone. That's when I introduced him to the olive oil and cinnamon combination, a ritual that not only satisfies your evening craving, but protects your hormones as you sleep. Cinnamon music, one of nature's most powerful spices, the night ritual that changes. Everything improves insulin sensitivity, meaning your cells respond better to the insulin your body produces. It stabilizes blood sugar, reduces inflammation, and allows your endocrine system to shift back into balance. The warm aromatic compounds in cinnamon calm your nervous system and lower stress levels, creating the perfect environment for testosterone synthesis. When you mix a teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil with half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon and a teaspoon of raw honey, you create a synergy that does 3 things. It feeds your hormones, it stabilizes your metabolism, and it keeps your body in a fat-burning testosterone-building mode all night long. Many men who try this final message, reclaiming vitality, after 60 describe waking up lighter, clearer, and strangely more alive, as though their body's engine has finally started running smoothly again. I'll never forget the call I got from David 3 weeks later. His voice sounded different, stronger, more confident. He said, "Doc, I haven't felt this steady in years. My energy doesn't crash anymore, and I sleep like I used to when I was 40. That's what happens when you give your body the tools it's been asking for all along."